I say I'm adding up the love, subtracting out the hate. I multiply the funds to divide it with my mates. I say I'm
Once I started promoting this one song that I put out, Smoking with the Daoist, it really resonated with people, and I could see that because instead of getting 200-300 views like every other video was getting, I would get like 700 to 1,000, and there'd be like a solid amount of likes and comments.
Ride this wave to a future that is greater. I'm spreading good vibes from the poles to the equator. My soul flow glows like the light of the creator.
Underlying philosophy and nature of reality concepts. I think this is why the song lands with me so much, man. It's wonderful packaging. It's just like the Tao Te Ching, how it begins.
I'll break free, liberate myself every time that I make beats. My heavenly rhymes are elegant rimming with
I love really nothing more than perform on stage, connect with people, make them laugh. It's the thing that makes me feel the most. I love throwing that energy around, building energy and throwing it.
All the setup and prep and the coordination and the marketing and doing what you can to drive traffic, right? Get actual people that are there, co-create and share energy in that space.
And I think there's truth behind this incessancy for content to never feeling content with oneself.
I feel like the frequency is rising at such a rapid rate, and more people are coming in to this planet, to this experience, dialed in truth, capital T truth.
The Swami spoke of a godly spirit inside us all. I listen to the laws of physics, and guess what? They evolve. The constants are constant.
I know who I am in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free, I am free, I am free.
I'm with the particles, putting parties together with the Higgs boson. No one knows what goes on, searching for the truth since a youth often dozed off. Sacred mathematics.
Welcome to the Ascend podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Drake. I've got an incredible guest for you today. We have the Stefan Dragic, aka Stefco, in the building. What's up, brother?
Hey, man, how's it going?
Amazing. How's it going with you?
Life's really good. I really can't complain at all.
Wonderful. Where are you at right now?
I live in Flagstaff, Arizona, and I got this beautiful, small little, we share a duplex, me and my partner, and life is, it's really comfortable, and I still have a lot of time to create, and I feel like I'm at a point now where discipline is becoming the key to my life, and about how to use my time wisely. I'm realizing as I get older that this time thing is very finite.
Speak to that. How did you used to view time relative to now?
I guess I could justify slacking off or being lazy. I could justify consuming more than creating. And now I'm realizing the only way to really make my life happen the way that I envision is to be disciplined. There's an amazing artist, rap artist, his name is Freestyle, and paraphrasing, but he says your success is just on the other side of your discipline. And
we could take it back further to Gangstar and Guru's lyrics from the early 90s. Discipline, baby, and I use it a lot.
Yeah. Only way to get things done. And I'm approaching my 30s and on the other end of this solar return, and I feel like I am turning into a man for the first time. I'm really trying to get out of boyhood, teenagehood. I saw myself as a college kid for a long time. And now I'm realizing, oh yes, I am an adult, a professional. I am, what am I? What do I tell people I am? I am a poet. I am a producer. I am a rapper. I am an author. These are the things that I want to step into and really solidify who I am, what I am, you know, how I serve. The trifecta from Paul Selig's channeled beings. I know who I am in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free. I am free. I am free.
Ooh.
Shout out Paul
Bringing
Selig.
in Paul Selig. Wow.
And shout out Bashar too, bro.
Let's go. Did you see Bashar when he was in town?
No, I didn't, but apparently his spaceship is above Sedona, which is close to where I live.
Absolutely, man. I had several friends that went. I actually had tickets. I wasn't able to go last minute. But Bashar has actually been an enormous catalyst in my growth journey and experience. The way that he breaks down and creates these frameworks of how to just live a vibrant life, like the 1, 3, 5, 7, 11 download, right? You know, when somebody's coming through with a title like that, they don't care at all about marketing. It's all content, baby.
Yeah, Bashar is all content for sure. A never-ending content stream. I've been using TikTok a lot recently. Really trying to use it much more for creating than consuming, building things with it. And inevitably, I end up on my For You page scroll. But I've got a pretty good one. It's a lot of Bashar. Because I'll just sit there and I'll listen to a 5 to 11 minute Bashar video where he's just answering one person's question, you know? And it's amazing the impeccability of word that comes out. It's astonishing. And I really believe this is like a ascended master that he's channeling, you know?
Yes. It's wild how applicable the way that I measure something is on resonance. So when I receive information from somebody or an interaction, it's like, to what degree does this resonate, right? And that's heart-brain coherence. And so with Bashar's content, I mean, I don't know if there's been anything I actually disagree with. You know, it's deep resonation, and that's just wild to me.
Yeah, not a single thing that I disagree with as well. And I feel the same with Paul Selig as well. It seems to be a true phenomenon that there is a tiered system of consciousness, and there are sort of like angels out there that people pick up on and they channel, and what comes out is just literal books of impeccable logic. You know, it's really just logic.
It's logic that supports the heart and the soul.
Yeah, truth. Yeah, logic.
Truth is self.
Supports the heart and the soul. Logic that supports the heart and the soul. Truth.
Is that what truth is? Logic that supports the heart and the soul?
Maybe one way of looking at it for sure.
Truth be told.
Speaking of truth, what's the truth is lion's mane. And my friend made me a tincture of lion's mane. And I don't drink alcohol, but this is alcohol based. And it's like taking a shot. So I figured I'll have a little cheers with you, my brother.
Hey. Cheers to the neuro regeneration.
God bless. Woo. Brings me back to my frat boy days.
Oh, man. Hey, so when did music enter your scene?
It was really when about 10 years ago, when I was 19, is when I started. I was in college, and I never thought of myself as a musician. I never even thought of myself as an artist. I just knew that I liked to write, and I liked to work out, and I liked girls. But I didn't really have a full-on sense of self. And I realized that when I was out in the quad hanging out with friends under the sun, there'd be the musicians and they'd play music and I'd like tap along, and eventually I was handed a shaker. And the first jam I ever had, I just like shook that egg, you know?
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun, and then I started to play hand drums, just kind of ancillary jamming with people. And I wrote a lot of poetry, and it was spoken word poetry, and I had a rhythm to it that was inspired by hip hop. I had like a poetry professor say, and I started to freestyle on a whim. My friends were hanging out as like full moon vibes, were tailgating, drinking, and one of my friends just like off the cuff, let's freestyle. I was like, oh, cool, okay, we're all drunk. And from that moment on, I've done it consistently for the rest of my life so far.
Which has been about a decade ago?
About a decade ago, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then once I started freestyling, I started to write raps, and I delved really into it from that point on. Not necessarily chasing any sort of business side to it. I was just chasing this excitement, and nothing was more exciting than freestyling because it was just like pure in the moment. And when I started, I was like laughably bad, you know, but that's the point. Laughably, you know, like I was having fun with it. I was saying wild things. Nothing was rhyming. I was saying things that mortify me now, but I just couldn't control the skill. And then over time, I found I got better. And what I find is everyone gets better when they freestyle relatively consistently. It's like a skill that I think most people can do. It's just a game you have to play. Yeah.
100.
I have been making music for like 10 years now, under different aliases, names, different vibes. And I've come to a point now where I feel like a really capable producer of music. Like I'm learning the engineering, I'm learning the production, the digital audio workstations, and I'm also really learning how to write a song. And I'm learning my voice. Really, is the main thing I think any vocal artist needs, is the journey to figure out their voice. And it's taken me, a decade to really figure out how to feel comfortable, confident, and sound good, I think. Yeah.
How do you define the voice? Are you meaning more of vocal range and loving all of the capacity? Or are you meaning more of the energy that flows through with specific language?
The vocal range, definitely. I've learned how to sing better over time, how to, go higher and lower. But really, this is something Jack Harlow said. He said all his success came from when his voice changed, or he learned how to use his voice. And he said, when you're a young rapper starting out, you have everything to prove. And so you're on stage and you're in your nasal. You're like hype. And it's all this nasal. But as you get more experience, more confidence, you relax. And when you relax, then the lows come out. And that's what I'm finding, is I'm learning how to use my low voice, which is just my voice. It's my natural voice, and it's taken me like 10.
Is that breathing through your diaphragm?
I think so. Yeah. I think that's the best way of doing it. And I don't do it consciously. I just chill, and everyone's given a different voice, and I feel like as men we're more inclined to have those lower registers, and I find as I've just learned how to relax, and I injured my voice by trying to do falsettos all the time, and
Really?
I injured my voice at a time where I was touring like that whole year pretty consistently. I was using my voice all the time, smoking spliffs, and I injured it to a point where I thought it was a lot worse and I couldn't be as loud, and I've had to learn how to. I used to like scream on stage. Like I used to go buck wild like when I first started performing, just throwing my voice around, but then I injured my voice and I had to learn how to be like chill, and it actually chilled me out in general. Injuring my voice, it changed my personality in a sense.
Wow.
Because I couldn't just be the like super loud all the time, And when you do that, you bring a certain energy to parties and all sorts of stuff, So I learned how to. I learned kind of how to express a different side of myself. I was forced to, and then through that, I realized, oh, when I'm just calm and I use my low voice, that it, I feel like is the best voice that I've held while rapping, while making music, While for even reading like an audiobook, I feel like I'm learning my voice,
It feels like there's a texture, there's a flavor, and there's an energy, which is our unique signature frequency.
It's one of the most one-to-one representations of your unique frequency in the moment that it arises, and it's understandable by other people and understandable by probably many things, the vibe that you're putting off.
When did you first start performing?
Freshman year of college. It was with stand-up poetry.
Beautiful.
Spoken word poetry.
Probably standing up too, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't one of those sit down, snap your fingers.
Smoking the cigar and the jazz.
Yeah.
Wow. So you described being on tour. I mean, can you walk us through this journey a little bit? What does it feel like to actually be not just creating music for yourself, but actually creating and sharing that live and in the flesh with people?
Yeah. I played most when I was I'm still in a group called the Sapiens, with me and my best friend Cooper Mandala. Shout out, he just released an amazing album, an amazing work of art called Hues of Mon.
Yes, he has. What's it called?
Hues of Mon, like the hues of man. And yeah, maybe we can. I don't know if you do like intro songs or whatever, but maybe we can or like outro songs, but maybe we can put one of his songs. Shout him out. You guys can go to his Bandcamp and support him. He's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful human being and the most talented artist I've met on my path.
Wow.
Coop Mandala!
Let's go, baby. Coop.
We are in a group called the Sapiens, and originally it was me, Cooper, and Summer, and the three of us. It was around 2019. We played like pretty consistently, 2 to 3 times a month, and go to local festivals and stuff of Arizona, and it was really cool. I love really nothing more than to perform on stage, connect with people, make them laugh, make them feel things, because it's the thing that makes me feel the most, and I love it. I love throwing that energy around, building energy and throwing it. And then I saw a very small glimpse, because we never toured super consistently, how taxing it is, how hard it is
Mm.
to travel in a van to different places all the time, set up, play, take down, and then to stay great friends throughout that time. I could see how over a long periods of that kind of lifestyle it could wear on a person as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of, as you just described, the energy moving around, and the performance is probably the smallest aspect of that, time and energy commitment. It's big energy during that moment, but all the setup and prep and the coordination and the marketing and doing what you can to drive traffic, right? Get actual people that are there to co-create and, share energy in that space.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm realizing that if you want to make this a career, then that's something you might have to do. But back in the day, we didn't really get paid a lot. So you're putting a lot of time, energy, effort, and you're investing into something, hoping that it'll pay off at one point. And I think now I'm at a point that I can, one, comfortably do a whole performance with just myself, and ask for what I'm worth, in a sense. Just to, because then that makes the whole process of traveling and setting up and playing and all of that, it makes it more I don't know, long-term sustainable.
Boom.
You know?
That's huge, man. There's some amazing, incredible artists. I think about Sierra Marin as an example. Are you familiar with her? Oh man, she is one of the most prolific lyricists and vocalists. Like, she is speaking pure source flowing through, and she put up, small following, incredible music, super resonant with your style, bro. I think you're going to absolutely love her, and potential collaboration with her. And she put out something, she said, vulnerable post. She says, I'm working, I believe it was construction, to pay her bills, right? And she's like, it sucks that I have to choose between paying my rent or mastering this track. And so it was a call to action of, hey, I've got a Patreon. Please, if you love what I'm doing, help. Like, we need resources coming in to be able to keep this going with our current system. And so I hopped in there immediately, and, I got a donation going out to her every month. Just like, it feels so good for me to be able to contribute in that, even that small way, just a little drop in the bucket towards whatever I can do to help her catalyze her incredible consciousness up leveling music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's beautiful. That amount of support for a person, and also for her vulnerability,
Bingo.
to share that, and for her to have to just trust. Trust is a must, as my friend Cooper says.
Trust is a must.
Yeah, it's hard out there for sure. You have to be like really seen to make a living with art, and so people will do whatever to be seen more and more, so that they can do that. And nowadays, I think in most ways it's easier than ever to be seen for your art, but it's also part of the exhausting grind.
Yeah, can you speak to that? I mean, recently you've blown up with your listens on Spotify, with your TikTok videos, your Instagram shorts. I mean, it's been awesome to just watch your development, especially because when we met a year and a half ago, and you actually taught a freestyle flow shop. It was the first one I got to be a part of, and I was a novice freestyler. I mean, technically, we met just before that in Sedona, which was super awesome. I remember freestyling with you by the fire when Cam was throwing down his set. It was awesome. Shout out to Soul Rising Camp. Uh, but then, like walking through that journey of how to actually create some structure with freestyling and like breaking down these little elements, it made it tangible. And then you got a group of like 25 of us, maybe 30, all to actually be freestyling, man. Like this is such a limiting belief that it's not possible, and it's related to all that image stuff, right? I don't want to be seen. So how do you, knowing that we have these content platforms that we can leverage to create a relationship with more people directly, how do you feel about that internally with expressing your art versus like the discipline as you mentioned earlier, of keeping a consistent flow of content going out?
Yeah, content's such an interesting word. I think about it all the time. I think about how it pairs with content. It's the same word, but and I think there is truth behind this incessancy for content to never feeling content with oneself. And it is a balance, because you do have to post 3 times a day if you want the biggest growth, the biggest chance to get put into the algorithm and get a boost. It's a game, and you also can't be too attached, because if you're too attached to the numbers and the growth and the success, you'll go crazy.
Crazy.
You'll never be content because you're always chasing content. But it really does take this, like, I have to, it's hard work. I have to take 30 minutes to an hour a day to make 3 selfie videos and edit them up. I've learned a flow, how to kind of do my homework every day so I can get it done in an efficient amount of time. And I have been finding not huge, crazy success, but I gained 8,000 followers in a month. And I went from 40
in 1 month.
Yeah, on TikTok.
Let's grow, baby.
Let's grow for sure. I went from 40 Spotify to 9,000 Spotify monthly, and that's one I'm really, in a sense, I'm proud of, and in a sense, it makes me excited, because that's, to me, in 1 month, getting almost 10,000 new monthly listeners on Spotify. This is a momentum I can keep building into a career. That's how I feel.
Yes, sir. And can you describe what is it that actually took place? How could you shift from 40 to 8,000, 9,000 listens a month?
I was posting once a week on TikTok, and then I started to post once a day. And the real thing that's giving me some inkling of success is the song itself. Is once I started promoting this one song that I put out, Smoking with the Daoist, it really resonated with people more. And I could see that, because instead of getting 200-300 views like every other video was getting, I would get like 700 to 1,000, and there'd be like a solid amount of likes and comments. And then I started to post once a day, and it built from like 0 to 200 followers. And then as soon as I started to post 3 a day, it started to take videos from 1,000 to 7,000. And then I'd start to post 3 a day. And after like 4 or 5 days, it took one to 30,000, like another video, all of the same song. It seems it all roots down to the piece of art that people resonate with. If you create something that a lot of people resonate with, then it's going to be popular. It all comes down to how good the song is, in a sense.
Of
So
course it does, but like you did different steps. You took different actions on a daily basis, looked at the data, and then made some adjustments. That was really wise. I mean, how do you feel that your direct adjustments contributed towards that versus just this song resonated and all of a sudden more and more people were sharing it?
yeah, I think I saw that there was a potential for, and I still see a potential for this song to really, um, yeah, resonate with a lot of people, that a lot of people I think can like and become my fans from. And yeah, I just keep posting 3 times a day pretty much, and sporadically, like I said, all of this has been coming in the past month. So within the past 4 weeks, this has happened about 4 times where one video gets boosted and it seems to grow every time.
Wow.
Like from 0 to 7,000, and now there's a video that got up to like 120,000. So I'm just wondering if I could just keep this up, am I going to be able to grow this thing? It's a game you have to play. You know, these algorithms are interesting. So I'm not 100% sure. This is just my experience, what I think is going on here in this
Yeah.
goddamn matrix.
Man, I feel like it's so wild. Your former name on your platforms was Stefan Surfs.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, huh. And then I saw your slacklining and how much you're literally surfing the line. And now you're surfing the wave of these platforms and your artistry infiltrating into community.
Yeah, yeah. That's really what it is. I'm trying to reach out to a bunch of people, and all of those people, we can become a community. And then I can start my cult. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
What's the difference between cult and culture?
Um, Cult is violent usually. It's very violent. Cults get very violent emotionally, physically, and not all culture is violent. In fact, I think culture is, in its best and in its most innate, it is cooperation.
Mm.
Yeah.
Agreed. To me,
Yeah.
cult and culture, it's just a difference of size and perception,
Yeah.
right? Like within yogurt, it's cultured. There's bacteria cultures that live within. And so in that ecosystem, it's the entire thing is a culture. And so we are on the whole planet Earth, we're all a culture, right? And
Yeah.
so what is a cult? Maybe just little fragments of their subsets, subcultures.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you already have a cult. You have your culture.
Yeah. I'd like to say I have my culture. I don't want to be associated with a cult, FBI.
That'll be the next track.
I do want to make a song called Alphabet Soup that is me talking my shit. Because
Is this going to be like alphabet aerobic? Shout out to Black Alicious.
That's a great idea. Maybe I could tie that in for sure. But one thing that drives me in my art is a sense of wanting to bring justice, because there's a lot of things I feel in the world that are unjust. So Alphabet Soup would be a song of me talking my shit about the alphabet agencies.
Oh, I smell what you're stepping in.
It smells a lot like dead presidents.
Wow, bro, that's deep.
Yeah, I would like to make music and speak on things that I think are people should know about and people should feel about, because I think this country was built on revolutionaries, and I wasn't born in this country. I was born in Bosnia. I was born in the Serbian-Bosnian War, refugee, fled here, but I was a baby. My family did all of this, and I see how the country is so different than how it was founded, and I see the wisdom in the founding principles of this country.
Yes.
I think it's the best experiment in nation building that humans have done so far, and of course it's not perfect, but yeah, I think keeping the spirit of revolutionary and helping inspire that in people is something that inspires me to keep making art. And in a sense, I don't care how. I got to be careful with my words. I understand it can be a dangerous route to gain more popularity and also speak out against the systems of power. But I'd like to think that I would try to be as brave as Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Mm,
You know?
that's brave.
Yeah, I mean, I would, of course, I'm just talking right now. That's not my reality, but I would like to grow bigger and bigger platforms and use my voice and speak my truth, what I think is true. Because if you're aligning to truth, the capital T truth, even if you're just aligning towards there and you're doing your best to be your best,
Yes.
then you speaking your truth and living your truth is only going to make things better.
Yes.
You know, it's
How
only
do you
going to make
define
things better.
lowercase t versus uppercase T truth?
Uppercase T truth is, I don't know, it's absolute truth. It is I don't know, it's kind of blowing my mind trying to describe it. I'll start with lowercase t truth. Lowercase t truth is things that you might believe, but it doesn't help. It doesn't aid in harmony. I think capital T truth is always going to harmonize, even if it's like a meteor hits Earth and blows it up. That happened. That's the truth. But all in all, it was meant to, in a sense, and it leads to harmony. Versus like lowercase t truths could be propaganda. It could be a culture thinks this is what's going on, is what's should be going on, but it's ultimately leading to tons of suffering. And if there was like a alien in a spaceship observing and they were measuring suffering, they'd be like, oh, there's a lot of that going on here. They're not living truthfully, you know?
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah.
That
so
is
the
a
aliens
wonderful
are
perspective.
judging us. so
I feel
instead
like
of
it's
Santa
the
Claus,
opposite. The aliens are
Yeah.
sitting here and they're looking and being like, this is wild.
Yeah.
How many people are living outside of capital T truth? Like, here's objective, right, or absolute reality on one level. And then there's all of the infinite perspectives and subjective nature of the small t, what is my truth, which is informed by all of my, mind, body, spirit complex, all of my personal identities, belief systems, everything that's been rolled up into the identity of me, the small I. It is wild, man. We are in such an interesting and unique phase of consciousness on our globe. I feel like the frequency is rising at such a rapid rate, and more people are coming in to this planet, to this experience, dialed in truth, capital T truth. More and more people at a median in their younger 20s, in their teens, are wise, so wise. What's your perspective?
Well, Tibetans say that we choose our next life and that there are billions of new souls reincarnating, especially over the past 20, 30 years. And the Tibetans say that the souls know what they're signing up for. And um, I think there are people who are waking up more and more. Um, and I think we're still in a lullaby. And I'm grateful, honestly, because if we weren't in the lullaby at all, I might not be able to be a musician using TikTok. The internet might not exist. It'd be a very different reality.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like that'd be the case?
Um, Sorry, excuse me. What were we talking about again? Oh, I'm very sorry. I totally spaced on how we got there.
You were mentioning how the Taoist perspective, and by the way, listener, if you want to tune into this amazing track, what's it called?
Smoking with
the
the Taoist.
Yeah. Steph gets into like the underlying philosophy and nature of reality concepts. I think this is why the song lands with me so much, man. It's wonderful packaging. It's just like the Tao Te Ching, how it begins. You know, the whole idea is that we can't actually put this into a book. Like the very nature of putting it into a book, it's just only going to be so much of a lens. And so that's what's so beautiful with art, right? And by you packaging up all of what I perceive as wisdom into this sonic landscape, playful journey of a song, like we get to go on a journey with you. And bro, it lights me up so much. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, it might be a side tangent to what we were just talking about, but Taoism is the prime philosophy religion in my experience. It is all the religions are pointing at the same thing, that in a sense we're all connected, we're all one. What you do to your neighbor, you do to yourself. So be a better neighbor, not only to other people but to everything. Just be aware that everything's aware, and you should be nice to it all the time. uh, and all the other religions, they build these beautiful stories, long stories. You know, the Vedics and in Hinduism, there are these amazing stories with gods and demigods and wars and all of this. And the Tao Te Ching is a book that's like 50 pages, and it's just short poems. And it's like every line is something Yoda would say.
It is. It is so much wisdom. There's things like if you win a war, then no one's actually won. Like you've already lost. The fact that there was a war means that there was already loss.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
When did you first get into Taoism?
When I went to college, I got interested in Buddhism around the same time I got interested in psychedelics.
Was there a correlation there for you?
For sure, yeah. It was God's plan. Yeah, I started. I was 19, very naive, and my friend was like, "Hey, you want to do some acid?" I'm like, "Cool." I read about this on 4chan. I read a few Arrowhead articles and figured, all right, put that tab on my tongue. And it was a very intense, powerful, amazing experience. And it really opened my eyes to what's possible, the nature of reality. Like I was able to move clouds with my finger. Like I'd look up and there'd be a cloudy sky, and I would just smear the clouds everywhere. I would write on my notepad just squiggles, because your hands like, and then I'd be able to pull the squiggles off the page and dangle them in front of my face. Like I was like having control, almost like it, just in my experience, like telekinetic control of my environment. It blew my mind. It was almost too much, almost, but I kept my shit together. And then afterwards, I happened to also, the next semester, I applied for some Buddhism classes. And so I was learning about Buddhism while I was doing psychedelics. And then eventually I heard about the Daoism, and I was like, oh, this is like, I don't have to read all of these texts and scriptures and things. It's just like, this book has compiled everything I learned about Buddha's wisdom into succinct, beautiful language.
Yes, absolutely. Are there any particular verses that stand out to you as the most resonant?
No, I wish I had one on me. I think it could be a cool freestyle exercise, actually. Turn to a random page of the Tao Te Ching.
Dude, I'm super with you on that. I listened to this one, and it's Wayne Dyer that reads it, and it's a chill step version, right? So there's like birds chirping in the background, and it goes in, and then he's narrating it, and then it breathes and goes into this beautiful, ethereal, kind of like soulful beats. And
cool.
I've probably listened to that in multiple versions now, well over 100 times. And what's wild about this is that I actually have a really good memory for lyrics. I know all sorts of lyrics historically. And with the Tao Te Ching, I actually couldn't tell you a specific verbatim quote from it. Yet every time I listen to it, I feel like it's just soaking into my consciousness and my soul. And so wild, man. I'm with you on that, on the content creation side too, like leveraging this beautiful wisdom to like freestyle around and to orate and narrate and storytell.
Yeah, and while making content, it's like, what are you putting out? Like, I'd like to create things that feel truthful to me and feel like they make me better, and they make me just like putting out, like people are out there, they're freaking pranking people, they're doing all sorts of stupid shit to be popular, to create content, and everyone's just trying to create a living that is more in a sense more heroic. Everyone's like, yeah, I'll make videos and make my money through that, because that sure as hell beats working at a Wendy's, sure as hell works being in a fucking cubicle. So everyone's just trying to chase this fame, this popularity, and I think people are losing themselves in it. And I want to do it, even if it's not going to, if it'll make me more popular to behave worse. I always want to try to put out something that is good, good derived from God. That's where the word comes from. So when people are like, how you doing? I'm good. It's like you're saying, I am attuned to God, Yeah. That's what I'd like to really put out, is things in that vibration, be it music, podcasts, books, whatever. I want to put things out there that help the world be a better place. Yeah.
Soul resonant, brother. And I want to reflect back to you that that's exactly what you're doing. You are completely on mission, on purpose, on thesis. Every track that I listen to, every short that you're putting out, all this content, the way you're producing your music videos too, you're so playful with it, and you're giving so many permission slips out here for all of us to lean into our own creativity. Thank you.
Yeah, man. You do the same with me. Like seeing you do a podcast is very inspiring, and it's something that I want to do. My plan is to build my TikTok and my Spotify as much as I can over the next year to build up a following, and then I want to then make a podcast. And because I don't feel fully successful if I still have to work a regular job 40 hours a week. Life
Mm.
is all life is time, and time's getting shorter. The time you have left is getting shorter, and I'm realizing I lived out of a van for 7 years. I lived a very seasonal lifestyle, and for the past almost 2 years, I've been like 40 hours a week, stable, and it's good. It's helping me grow, and hopefully, I'm able to then grow to a point where I can go full time. And I'm gonna take the leap and go off of my savings and things like that at the end of the year, and I want to start a podcast as well.
Dude, let's go, baby.
Let's grow.
Let's grow. You don't hear the air horns, do you?
No, I don't. That's sick. You got air horns though.
There we go.
Yeah. I love that.
Shout out to technical difficulties before we got on here.
Technical difficulties. Electrical occurrences. We don't understand this thing called electricity as much as we think we do. I just feel that way. When I'm producing using my computer, there's like freaking wires everywhere. If you look around, everything is just wires. It's crazy. And sometimes weird glitches and shit happen. And then I think about it, I get super high and I think about my computer, what's going on underneath my computer. And it's just like this board filled with circuits and transistors and metal, minerals, crystals, and electricity moving like billions of times in different ways. And it's making all of this shit happen. It blows my mind.
And it's 100% linear.
Yeah.
It's doing all that as literally 1010. Like quantum computing is actually what I believe that we're doing, right?
Yeah.
We actually are quantum beings that also have this linear reality.
Uh-huh. Yeah, definitely. Like quantum computing is electrons bouncing in and out of existence, phasing in and out of reality to different dimensions, and then getting information from that somehow, in my like very rudimentary understanding of it. And I think we're doing that and more. We only have an understanding of ourselves as far as our understanding of science or reality is. So we put these metaphors. Our brain works like a computer, and now it's like, oh no, we're actually like a supercomputer, and then it's that and more.
That's right.
That and more.
That's right. Because we have the gift of the physical mind, right? Which is designed to protect and operate this physical vessel. It believes that everything is separate, right? And then the heart, which is our magnetic pulse. So if this is electric, then our heart is the magnetic component. And so we're rippling out and we're radiating and we're feeling the truth of unity, right? Which is why feelings are instantaneous.
Yeah. That's a really interesting point. And how I see it is your heart creates an electromagnetic field. Electromagnetic fields physically never deplete to zero. They extend forever, getting almost infinitely smaller. So everything's in the universe electromagnetic field is touching each other. because
What?
everything's electromagnetic field never goes down to zero. That's how I envision this heart space energy. It is physically, you are energetically connected to everything in the universe. And so that heart space energy is when you settle down into there, it's like this like an expansive, relieved sigh, you know? It's like you can trust fall anywhere because everything is connected in this beautiful electromagnetic mesh.
Mm.
And
I
it's
hadn't.
interesting because you talked about, there is the brain, there's the heart, and then there's also the gut. And all of these places have neurons, which seem to be a sign of they all have a place in kind of mind body experience.
Yes.
And the gut is really interesting for many reasons, and a lot of different philosophies talk about the gut being this kind of spiraling energy source. Like in Carlos Castaneda, it's from the gut where willpower comes out. And in some Taoist philosophies, it's the energy of the gut that allows people to do feats of superhuman ability. And then, the gut is also this intuition. It's this like really strange intuition where it could save your life.
Very strong.
It could change your life, going off of your gut feeling. And
what I found
think,
interesting about that is that not everybody actually has a gut feeling. My friend Michael, he actually doesn't get gut feelings, but he gets intuitive knowing.
Yeah, did he get long COVID or something? I can't feel with his gut no more.
It's actually, if you look at human design or something that's a little more advanced called soul design, that it's actually Michael and John Hodge, father and son, they do You Transformed. And so they're like my incredible dear soul family. This is where our bracelets, this moment is the best moment. Yeah. That's where that comes from. And one of the things that John, or I call him Joda, what Joda does is he actually goes into the Akash. And so he'll tune in and he'll get what your earth realm profile is, which is essentially this incarnation. And then also the higher level, which is just what is your soul, like, where's it at, period. And stuff like, for example, showed up that I'm an Arcturian starseed, right? I have Arcturian origins. Whether anyone wants to believe this or not, I don't really care, right? But I find it super interesting. And so there's different stuff in here. And so there's different, like how there's clairaudience, how there's clairsentience. There's these different, like our 5 modalities of senses. There's ways that are perceived beyond our traditional 5 senses. And so for me, it sounds similar to you, that the gut feeling has been one of the most profound illuminators of truth and wisdom in my life. And every time, 69,420 times that I've questioned this gut feeling, and yet every time it's been correct.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, there's a sense of like it knows the future. The gut knows the future, and so it's trying to like warn you because it knows what's coming.
Which to me leads to higher self.
Yeah,
right?
It's an aspect of our 4th dimensionality. We tend to be constrained in only 3 of the dimensions, when in reality we're like our experience is comprised of the whole spectrum, regardless if it's subconscious or not. So these feelings, these emotions, these thoughts are all coming from these different dimensions. And the 4th dimension is time, and it seems like there's something in you that is tapped into that and can see ahead of the time, see the future, give you warnings and stuff. You know Joan of Arc?
I've heard of, but I really don't understand much.
Yeah, Joan of Arc was a French woman, young woman, around like 13 to 16 years old who started to channel and eventually became such a convincing force that this 14-year-old girl was able to command armies for the French kingdom.
Whoa.
Because she would have these premonitions, these gut feelings, these channels that would save people's lives, win battles. And so all of these men, if you can imagine, these medieval men are trusting this 14, 15-year-old girl. And one of the kind of gut feelings, premonitions she had was she was standing like in a keep somewhere, and then she's like, we got to go right now. And she like pulls this guy down, and they got attacked by cannon fire. And then she was able to save them because she moved out of the way in time. A bunch of different types of stories like that.
I love that, man, because I've heard that the gut is our first brain. It's where the first neurons in our development, right? As fetus start to show up. So it makes sense that that's connected to our highest essence, right? Which would be timeless, which would be completely informed by the fullness of the source, right? Whatever emanation and radiance that is.
Yeah. How I see it is that the temporal aspect of the gut is in the fourth dimension, and then the all connectiveness of the heart is fifth dimensional space. And my understanding of the fifth dimension is that it is time smeared. So one explanation I've had about the different dimensions is that as you go up in dimensions, so the third dimension is a cube, right? XYZ. Fourth dimension is the cube smeared through time. Fifth dimension is that smearing of time cubed. That's how I've had that described to me. And then sixth would be that cube smeared. Seventh would be that smeared cubed. And you can see how it's like this like infinite type of thing. But yeah, fifth dimension is like the heart space that like everything is all one connected. A lot of my understanding of this comes from Matthias De Stefano, if you know him.
Very
from
familiar.
Aubrey Marcus's podcast and stuff. His description of the different dimensions is really resonant with me.
Yeah, absolutely. The way that I understand it is, so if first dimension is oneness, it's unity. So represented as a dot, right? Or a sphere that's all encompassing. And so then second dimension is polarity that shows up. So now there's movement. Oh, hey. And so now there's actual activity, because oneness can't be manyness, right? Infinite is infinite, which is whole and complete. It's not many and divided and separate. So now we have separate. And then third dimension, now we've got a triangle, right? So now we have physical movement. We have that structure as you described, like living in the cube. Fourth dimension is a square. So that's represented by the four seasons. It shows up in all of nature, right? The nature of reality. So then that square goes flat. And then now we have a pyramid that goes on top, and that's fifth dimension. And fifth dimension is actually the positive guides, so to speak, right? So it's energy that is constructive and supportive. So then at the bottom of that, now we're in a diamond, that sixth dimension is actually the destructive nature. So like mycelium, for example, would be a sixth dimensional aspect for our planet. It actually decomposes and, allows those nutrients to be reassimilated by like fifth dimensional energies. So then seventh dimension is actually our chakras in full alignment. And once we're there, then we can tune into the eighth, which is the infinitude, right? Which is the Akash, allness at once, which is inclusive of all time, all potentialities, yet through the actual experience of living, we are pushing that boundary. Like what existed prior to this, it's of course in allness, but it's not been explored yet. So we're pushing through. And so ninth, I don't really understand. It's kind of like going back to one. It's like, okay, now we've ascended through this whole journey and now we're back to oneness.
Yeah, how I see it is like 1 is nothing and 9 is everything. Which it's like the same thing, but they're they're different. Same but different. When you were describing,
which is a great festival.
Yeah, when you were describing your philosophy, it made me think of the Tree of Life and the Kabbalah, and that, yeah, it was very paired with it. Well,
Absolutely.
Everyone's saying the same thing for thousands of years. It seems to be towards the capital T truth is what all of these different scholars, saints, scriptures, what are all they say.
Yeah. So then, okay, let's get to the philosophy then of what is this all for then, Mr. Stefco?
Well, I think it depends on what our intention is. And if we want to be most aligned with capital T truth, then we we have to do the things that ultimately promote harmony within yourself, harmony within your relationships with those around you, harmony with how you interact, what you do with your time throughout your day, and by doing that, I feel like everyone has an innate barometer of right and wrong, and by just doing what's right more often than not, and maybe getting so good and disciplined at doing what's right that you just do it all the time. Easier said than done, of course. Easier said than done. But how often am I lying to myself on a day to day? How often am I then spilling that lie onto another person around me? Right. If capital T truth exists, then capital L lie exists too, and I think for me, it's about simplifying philosophies, and it's binary is really good for me. Good, bad, be good,
Good.
Like
God,
when I wake
generative.
Yes. Ganja.
Ganja.
When I wake up, I try to use that time that I have to do the most constructive things for myself. I understand if I wake up and I just scroll endlessly, see booties, masturbate, lay in bed for an hour and a half. That's probably not the best thing to do. Like, what feels much better is like get up out of bed, drink a whole lot of water, do some breath exercises, meditate. Or I don't do that every day. Some days I feel most aligned with my truth. I wake up, I smoke a spliff, and I immediately get to working on something, creating, and I'm learning myself and learning what's good for me, like I think every person in a real deep dark addiction understands this is probably not the best thing for me. Even though they're doing it every single day, there's an understanding there that like there's a better life that my soul knows, my heart knows is better.
Yes. Yet the illusion of separation, because I believe there's actually not such a thing as heartache or heartbreak, let me say. Even heartache. The heart is fine all the time. It's my mind. It's the stories that I've created, how I want something to be versus how it is. The heart just feels what is and emanates what is. It's the mind that breaks, right? So in
Yeah.
relationships, when things fall apart, well, I had an ideal in my head. I had a map, a blueprint, and now the blueprint's different. How quickly can I get back in my heart, which is ultimately back into presence, meet whoever it is that I'm in relationship with at right here, right now,
Yeah,
right?
definitely. Yeah, I think that society as it is drives us to be in our mind more than anything else. And looking at screens, I don't know about you, my mind feels like it's in between my ears, which is also where my eyes are. So I'm like, by just constantly looking out, looking at screens, we're always in our mind. Anxiety's at the highest, depression's at the highest it's ever been. And yeah, I think many people don't even realize that there is these different spaces, or they
Mm,
don't believe that those spaces exist. Uh, and yeah, it's really hard, even when you know that these other heart spaces, gut feelings, these other spaces exist. Even when you know they exist, it's hard to tap into them, because here I am. I have additional lighting in my eyes. I'm looking at screens. I'm like in this world, trying to use the tools of this world to live my better life. And they're so incessantly engaging the mind. And that's all right. You have to be then mindful. It's interesting. Funny word, huh? Full of mind, mindful of your mind. So then you can then hopefully dissipate it throughout the day, get a balance with it, because the mind's a beautiful tool. Uh,
yes,
but it's also where
but a
the
terrible master.
yes, a terrible master. And it's like, who's your daddy really? uh I believe our negative neuroses, emotions, behaviors, they're all because we have parasites on ourselves, in a sense. Parasites on our uh astral form, our energy body, our in our subconscious. There are these things that want us to behave badly, think badly, be anxious, be depressed. And uh, it's like everyone has their own purging journey, you know?
Mm,
I've done my fair share of purging. I could definitely use some more, but I had a very interesting experience with Combo. It's a frog that people take their poison out of, and then you're then given the poison. They burn you with incense sticks, and then they smear little bits of the poison, and it gives you this like 30 to 45 minute um, purgative experience. You're sweating, you're throwing up, you're shitting, you're being poisoned. But it's kind of like a sauna, in that you're not in the
mm,
sauna for an hour or 2 hours. You're in the sauna for 20 minutes. You're just getting a little amount of this poison. It's producing this immune response, allowing you to then uh, purge effectively. And after 30, 45 minutes, you're better, you know?
mm. How'd you
Yeah.
feel after?
Um, Directly after, tired, and then I took a nap, and I ate the best grapefruit of my life when I woke up. Uh, it was just amazing, and I felt great. It was much easier for me to refuse my vices for about 2 to 3 weeks after.
Mm.
Yeah. I found that, yeah, I was like, it was much easier for me to not eat what isn't good for me, and not smoke tobacco and do all of these things. Um, and
Why do you
what
think it was 2 to 3 weeks?
I think that one experience can only do so much, and that what my administrator was telling me was, if you do 3 within a moon cycle, it'll lock in those benefits for even longer.
Yeah, what was coming up for me is that the theory is it takes somewhere around 3 weeks for a habit to reestablish. And so it feels like that was actually a pause and an opening, right? Where
for that demon to get in.
Well, that's the choice. Do I let the demon in?
Yeah.
Or do I take this newfound clarity and wisdom and integrate into greatness, bring it into my daily beingness, and then walk forward?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But sometimes them demons are tempting. They're succubi.
The succubus.
The succubus in the form of a spliff.
Sucky spliff.
I only have about like 10-15 minutes left.
Perfect. I got your 3 beats loaded.
Yeah, you want to see if it works out? If there'll be no latency.
Which one do you want to start with?
Do the first one, the corn.
Corn live.
Corn live, baby.
Tell me how the audio sounds on your side. I'll adjust it up or down.
Sounds good. How's it sound over here? Yeah. We're just gonna freestyle. See, I used to be a weak child. Now I'm strong, run on, I'm a beast wild. All night long, what I do, see my songs spoken through, maybe 1 or 2. But I should probably stop after 2, not take that 3. Cause inside my mind, I'm really trying to seek peace. And inside my mind, I'm really trying to be me, be free. Like a bumblebee up in the tree, let me rumble with my boy. Make a lot of noise, dodging the bad vibes like Oscar De La Hoya. Dodges punches. Yeah.
While eating lunches. But guess what? We put it in a bucket. I'm taking all the negative thoughts and then erupt it, destruct it. Yo, I be bringing it out the brain. I'm bringing it to the heart cause it feels so insane. How I be flowing every single time. I'm learning from my man Stefco, watch him shine. Every single time we climbing up the ladder. What you wanna do on the mic with the chatter?
Yeah, strike you like an adder. I am like Aladdin, stopping all the chatter. Yeah, eating chowder, off of it the powder. Don't put nothing up my nose, no, bro. Yeah, chillin', I'm just kicking in the dojo. I'm like Neo in the Matrix, dodging slow-mo. Whoa, what you want? Yeah, maybe I just smoke a little bit too much pop, but maybe it might make me crazy if I stop. You ever think of that? I think of lots of things. I think that if I keep on going, I could be a king with a kingdom, grow it. Reaping what I'm sowing.
That's right, yo, the crown is profound. It's actually the 7th chakra, coming from the roots all the way to the fruits that's on top of. That's right, we got the cosmic vision. We be coming up in here with the microcosmic prism, expanding out through all infinitude. That's what we be doing when we kicking it with you.
Yeah, kicking it with you, what it do, I just know, I'm just feeling so cool, yeah. I like flowers, I like tulips, I like kissing on my honey's tulips. Moving, yeah, I'm just grooving. I'm in the dream, but I choose to be lucid. I took some Lucy and it opened my mind, Now I see light, life is nice, but also violent. I would like some nice kids one day.
Let's go, baby. Let's grow.
Let's go.
Stefco live in the flesh, baby. Freestyle, baby.
We're just freestyling. Bop, 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 bop.
All right, which one next then?
Before we play the next one, I'm just gonna smoke just one quick second. I like to smoke and rap. That I want that to be on my epitaph. He liked to smoke and rap.
Your production is nasty, bro.
Thanks, man. I love this one.
All right, you ready for the restart? The eagle crying. There it is, dog. You're starting this one off. This beat is known as Alien.
Yeah. I'm in the spaceship, channeling the ancients. Yeah, I don't take this for granted. Love the planet. I'm just hard as some granite, spitting in the stars. Yeah, I just adjust my flow. I know every day I can grow. Smoke sticky, icky candle. While I look like a candle. Yeah, I can't fall. Yeah, if I do, I just talk. Can we start over? I'm sorry.
Yeah, dog.
We start over.
There it is.
We'll just edit, right? We'll just cut. No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
This is all in one take.
All one take, baby. Every new now is one take.
I'm just in the spaceship, channeling the ancients. I do not take this for granted. No, I just love the planet. I'm just upstanding. Yeah, try to be understanding. Oh, I try to just grow before I get too old. Sometimes I just smoke the stickiest, the greenest molds. And I see that life has aura. Yeah, I see the gold glow around everything. I'm like, whoa, I did some DMT. Now I see some deities. I'm at ease, yeah. Please, can you be at peace? On the easel, use no desert eagles, no Smith & Wesson, my weapon, my statements in my sentence. I'm no reverend, I'm a peasant. Also, I'm a king, chilling, elegant, yeah, glowing like a ring, blowing. You just meet me in the ring. I might hit you 1-2 like Tyson, but I don't fight it. I don't fight it, no flow other than Midas gold. When I come in, inviting foes to come in and help me touch my toes. Stay flexible, impeccable. Freestyling
Otherwise
with
we turn into a
Freestyler
vegetable.
Swift. Yeah. Yeah.
There it is. Coming through. We got some vocals connecting here with you. Yo, we be just flying around. Buckle up, we in the spaceship right now. Resuming interplanetary, interdimensional reality. I be coming clear here with the capital T, no fallacy. I be dropping the little L's. Yo, we calling them the lies. I be telling the truth, that's why I be keeping it live. Kicking it with my man, yo, the Stefco on the mic. Collaborating with the contusions, yo, we know we never fight. We always moving with harmony. Cause I'm a darn MC. Master of ceremonies, coming up in here and you know we never phony. Cleaner
than a Zamboni, yeah, you just know, bro. You gon' know us when I blow up. I just punch up. Yeah. What? Rub my butt. Yeah, I like it like that.
Let's grow, baby. Let's grow. Stefco in the mix.
Rub my butt. You know I like it like that. That's that 20% talking.
That's the 20%. We're talking Pareto principle, baby. All right, we ready for the smoke dat duck rap?
Yeah. If you want to start this one, man.
All right, let's see it. Coming through here, we got the flute. What you gonna do? You're the brain and compute. But I'll be connected through that analog. Put it in our hearts and it's stretching it long. Yo, we always be amplifying out on the scene. You know, electromagnetic wave scenes. They don't ever get silenced down to zero. So we be all this coherence heroes.
Yeah, I'm just a hero, huh? I don't ever wanna be Nero, huh? Yeah, I'm like absolute zero, huh? Yeah, I just know I'm just clear, bro. Whoa, whoa, huh? Chillin' in the low, chillin', feelin', yeah. I'm feeling like a chinchilla and chilly. I'm chilly, hitting the spliffy like Willie, Nelson inventing new ways, bad vibes, tell them to go away with sage. Yeah, rabbi spitting, I'm preaching, yeah, days. I could be anointed and appraised, yeah. Anointed and appraised,
appraised through the days. Yo, I take a look over there and see what is the value. I don't really know, cause I got a scowl, dude. But I'm gonna take that scowl and turn it up. That's what I've been doing, yo, I'm giving a duck. What? I really care. Coming up in here, keep the amplifier near. What's that up in your head? Is that your ear? Hear it all the time, you know, I never swear.
Never swear, I just swerve over words. Never fear, I just know I'm a nerd. I'm a word, shitting on you, dropping down. Yeah, spitting, I'm a prophet with the knowledge. Yeah, the sound is so round, so whole. Yeah, play that again.
That's right, dog.
Yeah.
That's juicy. You set it off.
Yeah. You said dog, I'm a dog, got flaws, huh? Don't we all, huh? Yeah, no facade, huh? I'm the one, smoke a whole lot of ganja. Do it proper, yeah, I'm a scholar. I listen to Buddha statements. I use no Ruger, I just know that I'm just taking myself out of the basement. Never take this for basic, cause everything's so complex. Everything's so complex. Yeah, everything's so complex. Everything's so complex. Yeah, everything's so complex.
Everything's so complex. And what comes next? What could I do? Yo, I be an architect. Thinking it up, you know, we dreaming now. We dreaming it so good, we got perspective somehow. Connected with the heart and the gut. Put it all together and I might say, what? That's 3 energy centers, now split to 7. What you gonna do, yo? Send it up to heaven.
Send it up to heaven. Yeah, we just some legends. Yeah, I'm just stepping in my path. Smoke backwoods in the backwoods. Yeah, and I feel so. Touch the grass is what I meant to say. I cement the hate. Look at it, then go away. Yeah, move in a whole different state, different dimension. Did I mention that we just making diamonds, put pressure on the precious? Hey, my bar is fat like precious. Bars fat like precious.
Precious bars. That's right, sitting on them then a fart. That's what we do. Sitting on the diamonds out, dude. Yo, that was fun.
Yeah.
You got one more?
Fun. Oh, yeah.
Dude, hey, this beat is sick.
It's called Smoke That Duck. I don't give a suck hot. Yeah, I'ma censor myself, so what? Yeah, let me just touch your bubble butt just a little. I'm in trouble now, yeah, I'm just stuck in the middle of 2 thick middles like Malcolm. Yeah, what my outcome is, yeah, everything is just a big amalgam shit. Amalgamous.
Amalgamation. I'm out here building, yo, we building nations. That's what we be doing with the heart. Coming up in here cause we spreading our art. Take it sharp, and yo, I go. Take the arrow and watch it glow. That's right, you know, we getting all together. We coming with the slack line, do it so clever.
Do it so clever. Do it so clever. Moving, I'm just hitting that lever. Grooving, yeah, I just know I pleasure myself in my mind, in my heart space, in my tummy, I find a whole connection. Yes, all 3. Third eye blind being. Cannot see the demons that deceive. Yeah, I just see. Moses part the seas. I just part the thighs. I just can surmise that one day I will have my own demise. Yeah, one day I will die, white light will shine. I will not be blind, huh?
Una más. Yeah, we be coming through, we be bouncing on the beat and bouncing with the 2. What we gonna do? Yo, we amplify the crew. We come up in here, you know, with the freestyle, something new.
Doing something new, I'm not face off like that one movie between those two guys. I was watching it while licking on a boobie of a cool guy.
My. Look at where he says, why not try? Yo, we gotta move out. What we gonna do? Yo, we building up a new house. Always feel the energy connected from the spine when I'm bringing in the kundalini. Feels so fine.
Hey, feels so fine, like a nice wine. Sitting in the cellar, spit my cerebellum. Yeah, so stellar. Yeah, I just tell you, everything is really a big old conspiracy. There's lizard people running everything behind the scenes. Reality really just a dream. Nothing as it seems. Everything is just a big old fallacy. But nothing is quite close to a lie as the truth is fly. I'm just spitting out my mind, lucid eye, like.
Dude, the beat is only 1 minute 42 seconds.
Yeah. I know, but
interesting.
It's good that you just keep replaying it. Yeah,
Dude.
super fun. I love how the technology is working. There's no latency. We can freestyle together on the same beat.
Isn't this incredible? If this actually works, bro, we can remote record. This is doing wave file audio out of here, 4K on video.
Hit that. Bow, bow, bow. Oh yeah, that's super fun. We could like edit around some parts, and the part where I went outside, in post Malone.
Post Malone, baby. Well, that sounds like a natural conclusion to this here episode. Our first podcast together, brother, will not be the last. Check out Stefco Music. Is that right? What were your social channels?
Yeah, Stefco is what I go by under Spotify and all music sources, and then Stefco Music is what I go on social media, TikTok.
That's right, and that's STEFCO.
Yeah,
boom. Stefco in the building, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your precious day to co-create with us, to marinate, to actually spread this positivity, this incredible loving energy, this harmonious vibration that we get to send out to the entire nation, to cosmic destinations.
Yeah, it's been a real pleasure and a blast, absolute blast, and awesome to just talk to you, man. Awesome to spend some time.
Likewise, brother. All right, listener, hit that like button, send this to somebody that you know they're going to love it, right? Give it a little subscribe action, do your thing, but please leave a comment. You know, what is it that resonated with you the most? Let's actually keep this a conversation, right? We're building community. Co-unity builds that immunity. So that's what we be doing out here. Welcome to the Ascend Podcast, baby.
Yeah, God bless you all.
Peace and love.